Listen up, honey. What if I told you that right now, sitting in your medicine cabinet, there might be bottles of vitamins that are actually stealing years from your life instead of adding them? I know, that sounds absolutely crazy, doesn't it? But here's the thing that's going to blow your mind. While millions of American seniors are popping handfuls of supplements every morning, thinking they're doing everything right, they're actually accelerating their aging process and missing out on the real vitamins that could literally turn back the clock on their bodies. You see, Martha from Tucson, Arizona, she's 73 and spends over $300 a month on supplements, just discovered that her daily vitamin routine was making her feel older, not younger. Meanwhile, her neighbor Dorothy, who's 78 and gets her vitamins from specific whole foods, looks and feels 20 years younger than Martha. The supplement industry has pulled the wool over our eyes, ladies, and it's time we talked about what's really happening here. Here's what nobody's telling you about Invelis or Comsod. Those expensive bottles lining pharmacy shelves aren't just ineffective, they're downright dangerous for maintaining joviality in your golden years. But here's the beautiful part. When you understand which specific vitamins your body desperately needs after 60, and more importantly, how to get them the right way, you can literally watch your energy soar, your skin brighten, and your mind sharpen in ways that'll have your grandchildren asking what your secret is. I'm about to share with you the exact vitamins that are making 60-plus women across America feel decades younger, and the shocking truth about why the ones you're probably taking right now might be robbing you of the very vitality you're trying to preserve. This isn't just about mantra saw natracera idade. This is about discovering how to be the vibrant, energetic woman you were meant to be, regardless of what your birth certificate says. Let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind, and I wish someone had told me this 20 years ago when I watched my own father struggle with aging. You see, most folks think aging is just about looking older, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. Here's what's really happening inside your body that nobody talks about. According to groundbreaking research by Shruti Singh and Sunita Mishra in Aging and Nutrition, a review article, your body is literally fighting a multi-front war every single day. It's like having your hormones, immune system, and brain chemicals all arguing with each other instead of working together. Imagine your body as a well-oiled machine that suddenly got sand thrown into its gears. That's what aging really is. But here's the kicker that'll change everything for you. When you understand that Invelis or Comsod isn't about luck or good genes, but about knowing how to support your body's natural systems, you'll realize that maintaining joviality isn't some pipe dream. It's a science you can master. Now, let me paint you a picture that'll hit close to home. Dorothy, she's 72, lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and, honey, this woman used to be the life of every church social and neighborhood barbecue. Every Saturday night, you find her leading the line dancing at the community center, and her kitchen, it was like a magical place where she'd whip up those famous apple pies and pot roasts that had the whole neighborhood knocking on her door. But then something shifted, and this is where it gets real. Dorothy started feeling like her own body was betraying her, and she couldn't figure out why. Her muscles weren't responding like they used to, her bones felt like they were made of glass, and even her heart seemed to be running on empty. What Dorothy didn't know, and what her doctors never explained, is that she was experiencing the perfect storm of aging, massive loss of lean muscle, bones getting weaker by the day, her heart struggling to keep up, and her immune system basically throwing in a towel. It's like watching a champion athlete slowly lose their edge, not because they stopped trying, but because nobody taught them how to adapt their training. This is exactly why mantra saw natracera idade isn't just about popping pills or hoping for the best. It's about understanding that your body needs a completely different game plan to support your sistema immunologico, natracera idade. Here's something that's going to absolutely shock you. And I'm talking about stuff that most doctors won't even mention because they think it's not important enough. Your senses are literally shutting down on you one by one, and you're probably attributing it to everything except what it really is. Your eyes start playing tricks on you, your hearing gets fuzzy, and your sense of smell just disappears. But here's the gut punch. This isn't just about getting old. It's about losing your connection to life itself. I'll never forget my colleague, Dr. Patricia Williams from Mayo Clinic, telling me about her own mother, who was famous for her holiday cookies throughout their entire neighborhood in Minneapolis. This woman could detect the difference between Madagascar vanilla and regular vanilla in a blind taste test, but suddenly, she stopped baking altogether. Her family thought she was just being lazy or depressed, but the truth was devastating. She couldn't taste her own recipes anymore. Can you imagine? A woman whose Christmas cookies were legendary, losing the very sense that brought joy to hundreds of families. This is why Como Ser Amidoso Saudavel isn't just about your major organs, it's about preserving every single way your body connects with the world around you. When you start losing your senses, you don't just lose function, You lose joy. You lose connection. You lose the very essence of what makes life worth living. Okay, brace yourself for this next part because it's going to make you look at your own body in a completely different way. What if I told you that right now, as you're reading this, your body is literally shrinking and expanding at the same time? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the brutal truth. You're losing water from your cells. Think of a juicy grape slowly turning into a raisin. You're packing on belly fat, even if you're eating the exact same foods you've always eaten, and your metabolism is basically hitting the brakes without asking your permission. It's like your body decided to switch from a sports car engine to a lawnmower engine, but nobody sent you the memo. I've seen this happen to countless people. They're eating the same breakfast they've had for 30 years, but suddenly their pants don't fit and they feel sluggish all day. The worst part? They blame themselves, thinking they're doing something wrong. But here's what nobody tells you. This is your body's natural response to aging, and once you understand como manter autonomy essendo idoso, you can work with these changes instead of fighting against them. The key is knowing that your alimentaco para idosos needs to be completely different from what worked when you were younger. And here's the part that's going to blow your mind. Everything I've just told you is connected in ways that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about aging. Listen, after spending decades studying this stuff, I can tell you that your body is like a complex spider web where if you touch one strand, the entire web vibrates. When your hormones start acting up, your sleep goes to hell. When your sleep is garbage, your immune system waves the white flag. When your immune system is down, you can't fight off diseases or maintain muscle mass. It's like watching dominoes fall in slow motion, and most people don't even realize it happening until it's too late. But here's the beautiful part, and this is where it gets exciting. When you understand that aging isn't some mysterious curse but a process you can actually influence, everything changes. This is why traditional medicine fails so many seniors. They're trying to fix individual problems instead of understanding the whole picture. The real secret to achieving jovialidade idosos isn't about fighting aging. It's about understanding how to support your body's incredible ability to adapt and thrive. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into next, because what I'm about to show you will change how you think about nutrition forever. Here's something that's going to absolutely revolutionize how you think about food, and I'm talking about stuff that Big Pharma doesn't want you to know, because it would put them out of business. You see, most folks think nutrition is just about calories and losing weight, but honey, that's like thinking a Ferrari is just about getting from point A to point B. According to groundbreaking research I've been studying for decades, the right nutrition acts like a protective shield against cellular aging. It's literally like having a time machine on your dinner plate. Think about it this way. Every single bite you take is either fighting for you or against you in this battle to maintain your jovialidade. When you understand that Invelis or Comsod isn't about complicated diets or expensive supplements, but about choosing foods that work like medicine, you'll realize that your kitchen is actually your most powerful anti-aging laboratory. The foods you eat today are literally programming your cells to either thrive or deteriorate, and that's not some fluffy health talk. That's hard science that's been proven in laboratories across the country. Let me tell you about Martha Henderson from Savannah, Georgia. And this story is going to hit you right in the heart because it shows exactly what I'm talking about. Martha was 67 when her daughter convinced her to completely change how she thought about food and honey. The transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Before this change, Martha was taking 7 different medications. Her energy was so low, she couldn't even tend to her famous rose garden, and her family was genuinely worried about her independence. But here's where it gets incredible. Martha didn't just go on another diet. She started eating foods that specifically targeted cellular repair and protection. We're talking about foods packed with bioactive compounds that literally talk to your DNA and tell it to repair itself. Within 6 months, Martha was back to hosting her legendary Sunday dinners. Her doctor had reduced her medications by half, and she was teaching gardening classes at the local community center. This is exactly why alimentaco para idosos isn't just about getting enough calories. It's about choosing foods that actively support your sistema immunologico, not idade, and keep your cells functioning like they're decades younger. Now, here's the science that's going to blow your mind, and I want you to really listen to this because it's going to change everything about how you shop for groceries. When you eat the right nutrients and bioactive compounds, something absolutely incredible happens inside your body at the cellular level. Your cells start producing more of their own natural repair mechanisms, kind of like having a construction crew working 24/7 to fix any damage before it becomes a problem. These compounds literally reduce damage to your DNA, and I'm talking about the instruction manual for your entire body. They fight off those nasty free radicals that are basically like rust forming inside your cells, and they help your body detoxify naturally without expensive cleanses or complicated protocols. But here's the part that gets me excited every single time. The right nutrition helps you maintain muscle mass and strength, which is absolutely crucial for como manter or autonomia sendo idoso. It's like having a personal trainer, a doctor, and a nutritionist all rolled into one, except it's happening automatically every time you eat the right foods. Listen, I've got to share something with you that's going to make you look at your next meal completely differently. Dr. Sarah Mitchell from the University of California, San Francisco, has been studying this for over 2 decades, and her research shows that certain nutrients can actually preserve cognitive function and boost immune response in ways that would make your head spin. We're talking about foods that literally keep your brain sharp and your immune system fighting like it's 30 years younger. I remember when Dr. Mitchell first explained this to me. She said it's like having a team of microscopic bodyguards protecting every single cell in your body. These nutrients don't just prevent problems. They actively promote healing and regeneration at the cellular level. This is why como ser amidoso saudável isn't about accepting decline. It's about understanding that your body has an incredible capacity to heal and thrive when you give it the right tools. The best part? You don't need expensive supplements or complicated meal plans. You just need to know which everyday foods contain these powerful compounds that support youthfulness in older adults. Here's what's going to absolutely amaze you. And this is where everything we've talked about starts to make perfect sense. The difference between people who age gracefully and those who struggle isn't luck, genetics, or even exercise. It's understanding that food is information for your cells. Every single meal you eat is sending signals to your body, telling it whether to repair, regenerate, and thrive, or to break down and age rapidly. Think about it like this. Your body is like a sophisticated computer, and food is the software that runs the program. When you eat processed junk, you're basically downloading viruses that slow down your system. But when you eat nutrient-dense whole foods, you're upgrading your operating system to run smoother, faster, and more efficiently. This is exactly why Mantra Saud Natracera Idade isn't about following the latest fad diet. It's about understanding which specific nutrients your aging body needs most. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into next, because I'm about to reveal the specific vitamins that are literally turning back the clock for thousands of seniors across America. Let me tell you about Eleanor Washington from Charleston, South Carolina. Honey, this woman's story is going to break your heart before it lifts your spirits. Eleanor was 68 when her daughter found her crying in her kitchen one Tuesday morning, not because of any tragedy, but because she felt like a stranger in her own body. For months, Eleanor had been dealing with bone pain so severe she couldn't even hug her grandchildren without wincing, and her mood had plummeted so low that she stopped attending her beloved book club meetings at the local library. What Eleanor didn't know, and what her family doctor never explained, is that her vitamin D deficiency was literally stealing her joviality and destroying her foundation for Enveloser calm sod. According to research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, vitamin D deficiency affects over 40% of American adults, but in seniors, that number skyrockets to nearly 80%. This isn't just about weak bones. We're talking about a vitamin that controls over 1,000 genes in your body, affecting everything from your mood and energy levels to your immune system's ability to fight off infections. The tragedy is that Eleanor's loneliness, sedentary lifestyle, bone fragility, and loss of joy were all connected to one simple nutritional deficiency that could have been fixed with the right approach to how to be a healthy senior. Here's something that's going to absolutely terrify you, and I need you to pay close attention because this could be happening to you right now without you even knowing it. Margaret Thompson from Portland, Oregon, was a retired high school English teacher who prided herself on her sharp wit and incredible memory. This woman could recite entire Shakespeare sonnets and remember every student's name from her 35-year teaching career. But at 71, Margaret started experiencing what she called mental fog. She'd walk into rooms and forget why she was there, struggle to find words during conversations, and worst of all, she began doubting her own intelligence. Her family was terrified she was developing dementia. But here's the shocking truth. Margaret was suffering from severe B12 deficiency, a condition that affects up to 20% of seniors and mimics the early symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. According to groundbreaking research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, B12 deficiency can cause irreversible nerve damage and cognitive decline if left untreated. The cruel irony is that Margaret's symptoms, the confusion, memory loss, and mental fatigue, were making her withdraw from social activities, which only accelerated her decline. This is exactly why Sistema Immunologico, Natracera Idade, and cognitive health are so interconnected. and why understanding alimentaco para idosos isn't just about physical health. It's about preserving the sharp, brilliant mind that makes you who you are. Listen, I'm about to tell you about something that's robbing millions of seniors of their peace, their sleep, and their ability to enjoy life, and it's so simple to fix that you'll be kicking yourself for not knowing this sooner. Meet Barbara Jean Miller from Nashville, Tennessee, a 69-year-old grandmother who spent her nights tossing and turning, her days feeling like she was walking through molasses, and her evenings dealing with muscle cramps that made her feel like her own body was attacking her. Barbara Jean thought this was just part of getting older, but honey, she was dead wrong. After months of sleepless nights and constant fatigue, Barbara Jean discovered that her magnesium deficiency was literally hijacking her body's ability to relax and repair itself. According to research published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences, magnesium deficiency affects up to 50% of elderly Americans, and here's the kicker. It's directly linked to insomnia, anxiety, muscle tension, and even heart irregularities. The beautiful part of Barbara Jean's story is that within just 3 weeks of addressing her magnesium levels through targeted nutrition, she was sleeping through the night for the first time in years, her muscle cramps disappeared, and her energy levels soared. This is exactly why mantra sod natracera idate isn't about accepting discomfort. It's about understanding that your body desperately needs specific nutrients to maintain youthfulness and overall well-being. Here's something that's going to absolutely revolutionize how you think about brain health and mobility. And I'm talking about research that's so groundbreaking it's changing how doctors treat aging worldwide. Let me introduce you to Ruth Patterson from Boise, Idaho, a 73-year-old former nurse who was watching her own mind and body betray her in ways that terrified her family. Ruth had always been sharp as a tack, but suddenly she was struggling to remember her patients' names. Even though she'd been retired for years, she still volunteered at the local hospital. Her joints felt like they were filled with cement, and her mood swings were so severe that her husband of 48 years didn't know how to help her anymore. What Ruth didn't understand, and what most healthcare providers never explain, is that omega-3 deficiency was literally causing inflammation throughout her entire body, affecting everything from her brain function to her joint mobility. According to landmark research published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease, omega-3 fatty acids are absolutely crucial for maintaining cognitive function and reducing neuroinflammation in seniors. The incredible part of Ruth's transformation is that within 2 months of incorporating the right omega-3 sources into her daily routine, her mental clarity returned, her joint pain decreased by 70%, and her family got their joyful Ruth back. This is exactly why Como Mantra Autonomy Ascendo Idoso isn't just about staying active. It's about understanding that your brain and body need specific fats to maintain the joviality that makes life worth living. The content we prepared for you was very elaborate, complex, and contains information that we could not hide and leave you without knowing. So we had to split it into 2 parts. Stay with us and follow the next video that will have more than valuable information that many don't want you to know. The next video comes out tomorrow. So here's what I need you to do right now. And I'm not talking about tomorrow or next week. I'm talking about today. You've just learned the life-changing truth about how the right vitamins can literally turn back the clock on your body. And honey, knowledge without action is just expensive entertainment. Think about Dorothy from Phoenix, Martha from Savannah, Eleanor from Charleston, and all the incredible women we've talked about. They didn't just nod their heads and say, "That's interesting." They took action, and it transformed their lives completely. Here's my challenge for you. I want you to go to your kitchen right now. Yes, right now. And look at what's in your refrigerator and pantry. Are you seeing foods that are fighting for you or against you in your journey to envelope or calm sod? Are you truly supporting your Sistema Immunologico Natracera idate, or are you unknowingly sabotaging your own joviality? Because here's the brutal truth. Every single day you wait is another day you're missing out on feeling decades younger. Let me ask you something that's going to hit you right in the heart. What would your life look like if you had the energy to chase your grandchildren around the backyard again? What if you could wake up tomorrow morning feeling like you did 20 years ago? What if you could be that vibrant, energetic woman who lights up every room she enters? That's not some impossible dream. That's exactly what happens when you understand how to maintain your joviality amidosos through the right nutrition. But here's what scares me, and I need you to really listen to this. I've seen too many incredible women just like you learn this information and then do absolutely nothing with it. They get excited, they feel hopeful, but then they go back to their old habits and wonder why nothing changes. Don't be that woman. Don't let this be just another video you watched. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today about como ser amidoso saudável. I want you to pick just one thing from everything we've discussed today. Maybe it's addressing that vitamin D deficiency, or incorporating more omega-3 rich foods into your alimentaco para dosos, or finally taking your B12 levels seriously. Just one thing. Because when you start with one small change and see the incredible results, you'll be motivated to make the next change, and the next one. And before you know it, you'll be that woman whose friends are asking, "What's your secret?" Here's what I know for certain. You have the power to rewrite your aging story. You have the ability to choose vitality over decline, energy over exhaustion, and joy over just getting by. The question is, are you going to use that power? Are you going to take control of how you age, or are you going to let age take control of you? If you're ready to transform your life, if you're ready to discover exactly which foods contain these life-changing vitamins and how to incorporate them into your daily routine, then you absolutely cannot miss what's coming next. I'm going to be sharing the specific meal plans, shopping lists, and step-by-step protocols that women across America are using to feel decades younger. Hit that subscribe button right now and ring that notification bell, because I promise you this, the information I'm sharing in my upcoming videos could literally add years to your life and life to your years. Don't let this be the moment you look back on and wish you'd taken action. Your journey to maintaining your autonomia sendo idoso starts right now, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way.